I've seen various articles on the so-called Denmark dolphin slaughter posted on social media. In every single one of them, there are shocking pictures included in the text, but some of the worst come from the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society's website. These pictures are obviously pretty horrifying, but surely there's more to it. And the more I read into this topic, the more I saw how one-sided all of these articles were. They were attacking a culture simply because it was not like their own culture, and refusing to look into the lives of the people. Now, the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society is known for its dramatic interpretation of commercial Japanese whaling in the Animal Planet series Whale Wars. The Sea Shepherd decided to break away from the Japanese hunts in the Antarctic Ocean to focus its fifth season Whale Wars Viking shores in a small self-governing archipelago in the Norwegian Sea, called the Faroe Islands. The Faroese have a 1,000-year-old tradition of hunting local long-finned pilot whales during the summer, known as the Greendrap or the Greend. The killing is not done, as reported by the articles, as some kind of rite of passage by the islanders. It instead allows people of these pretty isolated islands, which have very little useful land for land-based agriculture, to have an alternative food source for the harsh Arctic winters. The killing is not done for any commercial gain, which the meat is only being distributed to and used by the local community. The Faroese take great care in recording each killing from 1884 and have had unbroken records as far back as 1709. The Faroese will stand up for the greens just as fast as we will stand up for our hamburgers. It is a culture. It is that simple. The type of pilot whale killed is not considered to be an endangered species. There are around 800,000 living currently in the wild, and only 800 are hunted annually. With only 0.1% of the population hunted annually, the International Union for Conservation of Nature has deemed it sustainable. Most importantly, I should note that it's against the laws of the islands to cause any unnecessary suffering of the animals. There are strictly enforced laws and regulations at each stage of the hunt, with the pod of whales having to be sighted close to one of the 23 certified beaches to prevent a lengthy pursuit. And then they are killed by hand by trained hunters to prevent non-fatal wounds like the Japanese whalers who use harpoons to drag the whales to the boat. Ultimately, the death of the animal is achieved with a cut to the spinal cord through an artery, which, though culminating a lot of blood due to the large size of the whale, ensures that the whale will die in 30 seconds or less. Now, the process is indeed gruesome. The pictures of the blood-red seas are shocking to outsiders, but is this really more gruesome or more inhumane than the commercial farming procedures in the rest of the developed world? If we killed our cows and our pigs in the oceans, the water would be just as red. If we are to question the ethics on the Faroe Islands, should we not also be questioning the farming procedures that cause unnecessary deaths of all animals? I do not believe that the slaughter of animals in itself is wrong, since meat is a nutrition source. I do think, however, that the lengthy and unnecessary suffering of animals in itself is wrong, and should be prevented whenever possible. My opinion would be that if, like we see in the slaughter of whales and dolphins in the Faroe Islands, we can enforce all possible measures to reduce the suffering of animals slaughtered for human consumption, and then be making a huge leap of moral progress. In many areas, I'd like to say that our standards are actually lower than those maintained by the Faroese. For a start, at least the whales live a happy and free life before death. So, in us more developed countries, we should find a new way to treat our farm animals before attacking another culture. Perhaps our outrage could be better placed.